Hello BookTube, hello friends, welcome to Lizziefaye Loves Books. I'm Elizabeth, and today I'm coming to you from a different perspective and with an exciting announcement. I've been thinking about doing this for a while now, and the time has come to announce the Laura Ingalls Wilder Readathon, or we can hashtag it Laurathon. So if you saw my very first YouTube video, my very first BookTube video, when I did my introduction, and then shortly after that, my BookTube newbie tag, I talked about how Laura Ingalls Wilder and her books really contributed to my earliest formative reading years. I absolutely am a huge fan of Laura Ingalls Wilder. I have not read very much by her or about her in recent years, probably really not since I started doing BookTube, but even when I started my Goodreads account, some of the very earliest books that I put on there that I wanted to read were from the Rose years, which are books by they are books by Roger Lee McBride about Laura's daughter Rose. And so because of that, my own goals to get those books read, and because there are some significant dates coming up in early February, I thought it would just be fun to host a 4-day Laura Ingalls Wilder Readathon and invite any of you who would like to join me. So the 4 days are very specific, and let me tell you why. On February 7th, in 1867, Laura Ingalls was born in Pepin, Wisconsin, or in a little cabin outside of Pepin, Wisconsin. And 90 years and 4 days later, she passed away, I believe, in Mansfield, Missouri, on February 10th, 1957. So from February 7th, the date of her birth, to February 10th, the date of her death, we are going to have a 4-day readathon, and all I'm going to ask of you is to read at least one book by or about or related to Laura Ingalls Wilder. So let me just give you some ideas. Now, if you've never read anything by Laura Ingalls Wilder, then you will want to start with Little House in the Big Woods. This is the first of her children's books about her life story. If you've never read anything by Laura Ingalls Wilder or about her, start with this one. Now, if you really, really want to, you could start with Little House on the Prairie, but in this book, she's a little bit older, and of course, you may be familiar with the TV show, which starred Melissa Gilbert. Now, her and I are very close in age. So that series started in 1974, right as I was starting 5th grade. It ended just about the time I was getting out of high school. So I feel like I grew up with that show and Melissa Gilbert. In fact, I got to meet her briefly at my job several years later, and she was completely different. She wasn't the prairie girl. She had a very distinct northern accent and everything, but it was still really fun to get to meet her. So if you wanted to read a book by her, I think she has a memoir, you could read that. But anyway, as long as you read something that is in some way related to Laura Ingalls Wilder. Now, the top of my TBR are the Little House the Rose Years books. The first one is Little House on Rocky Ridge. This is the first of the Rose Years books by Roger Lee McBride. So this is probably what I am going to read during that 4-day period. But also on my list, at least on audio, I might pick up Caroline, which is by Sarah Miller. It's Caroline Little House Revisited, and of course this is about Laura's mom. And just the other day, I was watching Emily Sears' 2020 reading plans, and she talked about that she was going to read Pioneer Girl for January, and I commented to her, I was like, oh, hold up, wait. you might want to read it in early February. Of course, this book is probably going to take longer than 4 days to read. I know it will take me longer than 4 days to read. But even if you just want to start a book during that time frame, finish it at your leisure, or start something now, finish it up then. But during that 4-day period, I want to challenge you to read something by or about Laura Ingalls Wilder. So that's all I have for this video. I will be coming back between now and then with some other videos related to Laura Ingalls Wilder. Maybe we'll talk about the books. Maybe we'll talk about some of the other books that are possibilities that you could read. There's plenty of biographies that are written about her. There are also sets of children's books based on Laura's mother, Caroline, her grandmother, and her great-grandmother, Charlotte and Martha. And I don't know if I got those in the right order or not, but anyway, their names are Charlotte and Martha. So there are the Charlotte years, the Martha years, and those are by different authors. I believe Melissa Wiley is one of the authors of those series. So there are just an innumerable number. It's kind of an oxymoron. There are just a lot of choices that you could read for this readathon. And so I want to encourage you to join in. I will start some threads on my Goodreads group, Lizziefaye's Comfy Corner, where you can start sharing your TBR for that. I would love for you to comment to this video and let me know if you think you'll participate. And go ahead and let me know what you think you might read. If you've never ever read any Laura Ingalls Wilder books, I would encourage you to get started. What are you waiting for? They're fantastic books. And so that's it. That's all I have for this announcement. Be sure you save the dates, February 7th through the 10th. And it is a Friday through Monday, so it's kind of a 4-day weekend, although I'm sure there's no holidays in that time frame. I don't think there is, but you know, it'll be fun. So that's all I have for this video. I hope you're having a great day. Read a good book, and God bless you.